people, how you going? And today's video will be the Australian $50 banknote. As you can see, I have the two issues of $50 banknotes that Australia has issued. The bottom one is the first issue from 1973 to 1995. The top one has been issued since 1995. Okay, we'll just go over a bit of the old banknote. This is Walter Florey. He was a pathologist, and he did a major role in the development of penicillin back in the 1940s. And as you can see from the pictures, they have various things to do with research and development. Okay, you have mice they actually done experiments on. You have books, probably for knowledge. You have looks like fungi. This looks like a petri dish in which they do experiments on. And this is the guy himself. Yay. Then you have this 50 here, which is pretty unique for this banknote. I actually quite like it. It looks raised, and that looks indented. And you got the opposite above and below. Okay, the reverse has Ian Clunes Ross, and as you can see, this part is pretty bare, just so you can look through the watermark. Okay, now this guy worked for the CSIRO, and he was a veterinary scientist and had a lot of input in veterinary agriculture, not veterinary agriculture, animal husbandry, stuff like that. And all this information just represents the CSIRO. Quite obviously he was not into extraterrestrial activities or something like that. That satellite is probably used to detect stuff like quasars, supernovas, nebulae, stuff like that, infrared, more likely microwave radiation and UV radiation, stuff like that. Okay, this has to do with topography. This is just a hillside with different elevations. Then you have chemistry up here, botany, you have some DNA here, obviously a microscope, which a lot of these fields still use, entomology, flora, not quite sure what that field is called, and I'm not sure of what that is there. Okay, but the best interesting thing about this is these patinations, which were on virtually all the different types of paper banknotes Australia issued. But this one, as it's going that way, it's also on the $5 banknote as well. The security features on this banknote are quite simple. As you can see the watermark, and it has a security thread. As far as I know, this one does not have any UV, because UV was not pretty common in these type of banknotes. And with the watermark on the 1 to 20 banknote, that just had one picture of Captain Cook, but this one has at least 4. So they just go all the way up the actual paper. Okay, so this $50 note has David Unapon, and he was an indigenous person from Ralcar in South Australia. I will put down below his tribal group, or specifically I just put the language that he actually spoke, the indigenous language, which actually went extinct in 1960 but has been revived. Okay, so here we have the church in broker, and this is actually a shearing implement that he actually invented, I think earlier in his life, and this is his works, his writings. Okay, you can go to Wikipedia to learn more about this guy. Anyway, this banknote's pretty boring and dull. Okay, on the reverse we have Edith Cohen, who was the first female member of any parliament in Australia, and specifically she was a member of the Western Australian Parliament, elected somewhere around 1921. Okay, so that is her. That is also her giving a speech, and this is supposed to represent a woman adopting 4 children as foster child, so just foster child, and this is the Parliament of Western Australia up here. Okay, the one of the security features here is that if you put this banknote under UV light, these serial numbers here and there, they light up, and around here there should be a 50. So if you don't see those, if you put it under UV, they could be missing, but also more likely is that it's a fake banknote. You can see here, you can see extra security features. You can see the coat of arms in the center, and also this star here. On both sides it is printed, and when you hold it up like this, it's just one 7-pointed star. Okay, and also this is actually raised as well to 50, so you can actually see it. And that's basically it. It does have microprint and all that. You can check the security features on the Reserve Bank website. Okay, but the one problem with these is that there's been a resurgence in counterfeiting, and a lot of these polymer banknotes are now coming out as being counterfeited. That's why in 2018 they're going to change these to the new design. But as we've seen in Canada, the new design that they're coming out is also getting a lot of counterfeits as well. Even though they're poor quality now, in the future they will be pretty good. And that is the same reason why they changed the old paper banknotes, was because of counterfeiting. And these old paper ones are quite easy with today's technology to counterfeit. The only problem you actually have is the watermark and the security thread, but they could probably get around those. And in the UK, I've heard that they make good quality counterfeit £5 banknotes, and in Europe the €50 is the favourite darling of criminals. Okay, so I hope you like my video, and please give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe to my channel, because I like to make new videos every week. Thank you, bye bye.